What's happening, everybody? Jay Shockblast here, and man, oh man, disappointing news overnight. The Gambit movie is in trouble. That is right. Tatum is out. No longer going to be Gambit, and I know what a lot of you guys are saying. You're saying, thank God, because I don't think many people really understood or appreciated why Channing Tatum was lined up to be Gambit in the first place. It was a curious casting for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are excited about the prospect about Channing being replaced. But the big issue, I think, is that I don't know if he's
greatest
actually...
night in all of Devonshire.
I hate it when ads just randomly start playing on websites. So anyway, I'm going with it. I don't care. So totally lost my train of thought. Anyway, yeah, so I think this is the worst news possible, because I feel like the whole reason that Fox was going to do this movie was because Channing Tatum was involved. Because not only was Channing Tatum involved as far as making the movie was concerned, he was involved in production, I believe. So this is a huge blow to the possibility of there being a Gambit movie. I don't think it's going to be as simple as just recasting Gambit and hoping for the best. And to be honest with you, who's going to play Gambit? I know a lot of people would automatically just line up and say Taylor Kitsch, who played Gambit in X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I don't know that I would hate that. I had a quick, text message-a-thon with my brother, who I probably should have had join me for this conversation, but I just don't know if that's a name that would carry a movie. Like, the whole point of them doing these solo films is they're getting actors that they feel like can carry the movie. And I don't know if, I would think that would be especially true for Fox, because they haven't really done many solo films. Everything they've done has been like a group X-Men film or a, whatever. The only solo films they've done have involved Wolverine, and obviously we know who plays Wolverine. So, he's a huge name, Hugh Jackman, obviously. So that really does make a lot of sense for them to do a solo movie starring Hugh Jackman, because you got to think about it. This isn't necessarily their concern is not the average comic book fan. Their concern is bringing in the masses. And let's face it, Gambit, by far and away, for comic book fans, one of the most awesome, fun, cool characters that there is. But, for non-comic book fans, Gambit who, right? Like, Gambit is like... Gambit's a B-lister to me. He's not an A-lister. He might even be a B-minus lister. I almost said C-lister. I don't think he's that low on the totem pole. But he's a B-lister. He's not, starring material. But then again, neither are Captain Marvel or Black Panther. And they're getting their own solo movies, but that's under the Marvel umbrella. So, I don't know, like, I'm really disappointed in this, and honestly, I think after Comic-Con, I was actually starting to get behind, Channing Tatum as Gambit. He didn't have the full look going, but you could tell this was a passion project for him, because he's actually said for years that he wanted to play Gambit. And I respect that, like, I actually like Channing Tatum. I think he's a pretty cool actor. I like him. I think he's cool. I think like the bro dude aspect of him is the main reason why most people were like, why? I don't understand. And and that makes sense too, and that's fair. So I don't know. I'm disappointed. I hope it doesn't mean that we lose the movie completely, and that is on the table. And I guess it begins, if we are going to recast Gambit, who is it going to be? Now, I've done a little bit of research, a little Googling of Gambit fan casting, because I honestly, like, instinctively go right back to Taylor Kitsch. And one of the things that I've actually, you know, kind of come up with and remembered is the fact that, you know, even when he did play Gambit, there were a lot of people that weren't a fan of his portrayal of Gambit. That movie in general was just kind of full of, you know, awful. It was just really not the best representation of everybody involved. And I didn't think Taylor Kitsch was that bad. Like, but I think about it more, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I was in love with his performance. But it wasn't bad. So I think he's got the look, which is kind of good. The two people that come up the most when I look at this is Matthew Bomer, who is in White Collar, and Ian Smolderholder or something like that. Smolholder. I had to close I had those windows open for the IMDb, and then they just decided to start playing ads, which completely threw me off my game. Smudge Holder, Jesus. Let me just click the damn link. Where'd it go? So Matthew Bomer and Ian Somerhalder. Jesus, I was close. And, you know, honestly, he's from the Vampire Diaries. I think he was one of the two of them. I think Ian was in Lost as well. So I think those are really good-looking choices. Honestly, the two of them show up on... I've looked at like 10 different Gambit fan castings, and the two of them show up on like every single one towards the top. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a huge Gambit fan. I do enjoy Gambit. Little Remy Lobo. Especially loved him on the old X-Men cartoons from the 90s. That was the day. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they could do. My big thing with Eric when I was talking last night, and I wish, like I said, I had him on here with me. My big thing was, can those people, any of those three, carry the movie? Because they are the stars. And is the Marvel Gambit name enough? Is saying X-Men Origins Gambit, is that enough to put people in the seats? We know that it's going to put the comic book fans in the seats, so we know naturally it's going to make a good amount of money. But is it enough for Fox to say, yeah, let's do this? And I question that. I mean, for Fox, it's purely about money. It's not about doing fan service. They have no obligation to you or I. They are about what is going to make money. Channing Tatum playing, you know, Gambit, that will make some money. Absolutely. You know, that will make them. You know, that'll get all the tweens in there. You know, the Magic Mike moms. You know, that'll get some people in there just because it's Channing Tatum. You know. But I don't know that any of those other three do. Looking purely off of the look, I would love to see Matthew Bomer with longer hair, because he looks like he's got that kind of the features right here, you know? Like, if he had a little bit of longer hair, he doesn't even have, like, this hairstyle right here is really all he needed. And that was the thing, like, when Channing Tatum showed up at Comic-Con, like, his hair was a little longer, and he had it swooped to the side like that. And I think it was even a little bit darker. And I was like, all right, yeah, I see it. I totally see it. And if they were giving him this classic suit right here, I would have been completely okay with it. But, you know, it is what it is. So I would like to know what you guys think, as always. I don't know why I have this assigned to 3 different places. That explains a lot. Yeah, so, anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think. And, you know, I'm always disappointed when a comic book movie falls through. And, you know, it seems like that is what we are going to be, that's what we're going to be left with here. So, you know, it is what it is. But, love to know what you guys think. Let me know. Hope you enjoy the video. Sorry that it's such low level. but I was falling asleep hard last night, and I just couldn't level them up very high. So I prestiged them. Quick update on my prestigeness. Ant-Man is blue 46. Deadpool is cosmic 5. Hulk is cosmic 3. Gambit up to green 21. Jean Grey all the way to green 60. Nova still cosmic 60. And yeah, nothing else new. So, alright guys, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you.